Hi everyone. It's been a few years since I've made my last upload. Um, I know that a lot of you guys have been subscribing to my channel and posting comments, and I stopped responding to those comments maybe like 2, 3 years ago. Things got a bit hectic over on my end. I got really busy, and I'm still sort of grinding, trying to get a better future for myself. I don't really want to go too much into the specifics of it, but I'll just say it hasn't been easy. Um, and I do want to thank you guys for watching my content, even though I've been pretty much MIA for a while. Going forward, I still won't have time to make content, but right now, I can go over a little bit of my DNA tests. I think it'll be interesting to see what Ancestry.com would bring back for a Teochew. So let's hop into it. So as you can see on the left side of my screen, I have pretty much 83% Chinese. That's given 16% Vietnamese. That one's very interesting. I'll get to that in a minute. And 1% mainland Southeast Asia, broadly mainland Southeast Asia. Alright, so in regards to both Central and Eastern China and Southern China, I think it actually makes sense that Ancestry.com can't exactly pinpoint what my bloodline, or like the original location of my bloodline lies, because Teochew, I believe we're very genetically similar, to the Hokkien or Hokkien and the Bintang. So it would make sense that they couldn't really pinpoint where we're from. So right here, this little area right here is all Teochew, and Ancestry.com. It's not a very reliable genetic database, especially for someone like me. But I would just interpret all of this as Teochew. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not mixed with any other of the Chinese ethnic groups. Not that we're different anyways, but you get the point. But if you happen to be mixed with something else, you're free to interpret this however you like, honestly. That's just my 2 cents when it comes to genetic testings for Teochew. Now for my Southeast Asian side, let's go to Vietnam real quick. I think that this right here is a little bit inaccurate. The reason why I say this is because I had a great grandmother or a great great grandmother, somewhere on my dad's side. Somebody was Vietnamese or part Vietnamese, and based on my calculations, I should be no more than 6% Vietnamese. When I first did the DNA, when I first submitted my DNA testing, this came back as like 9% actually. I'm not sure why when they updated my genetics it jumped up to 60%. But the first time around I submitted my genetic testing, it didn't even consider the fact that I was Southeast Asian. Like this wasn't even included at all. And then through some distant relatives submitting their own genetics, they realized that, oh wait, I'm part Cambodian or Southeast Asian. I think that some of this has to be like Khmer, Cambodian. I mean, it would make sense because there's actually a lot of Cambodian people down the south. So like over here, if I can get this map to work, sorry about that. Right here, there's a lot of Khmer Crown people here, so it would make sense if they thought that was Vietnamese blood. That's just my definition of my 60% Vietnamese ancestry. Now for the 1%, mainland Southeast Asia, as you can see based on the highlights, it clearly indicates that um, I have the most similarity in Cambodia, Cambodia, Cambodia. That was, like I said, it was a clutch because when I submitted my DNA testing, it didn't come back the first time around. So I was like, oh my god, I was told a lie my entire life. On my mom's side, she told me that we were part Khmer. So you can imagine how much of an existential crisis I went through when this result first came back inaccurately. But thanks to the updated information, which was actually last August, August 2024, it does indicate that I have an ancestral tie to this region as well. Albeit, like, it doesn't really specify over here. It thinks I'm from Thailand. Yeah. But the map says otherwise, and I, for one, believe with all my heart that I am part Khmer. I know it's not a lot, but hey, it's better than nothing. Well, that's pretty much all I have for today. It's a little boring, but I just thought maybe I could share some information about myself. Maybe you guys could relate to me on this matter, or maybe you might even do your own genetic testing and see what kind of numbers you get. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.